Alright, welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 453. We're here reviewing episodes 23 and 24 for the series. So, I was looking up something related to this series, I was looking in a little more detail exactly what's going to go happen over the course of the next few episodes. The original plan was to make a stop at 30. That was basically the plan. Well, yes.
Can you come watch Demon Hundreds with me?
Okay, I'll be out in just a few minutes, okay? Yeah. That was my niece. Okay, so. Yeah, because the fact that 28 starts a story arc does not officially wrap up at episode 36, so I decided to stop at 27. So basically, I'm going to do 3 more episodes and take a break. So, what happened in each episode? So, it is somehow discovered that, I think it's, not Fuka, I think it's Kami, where she's afraid of ghosts. So they decided to do a courage test. It looks like to be like an abandoned school. And so they sent a yokai. A female yokai. Yes, a female yokai. I'm like, that's interesting. Yes. Also, I should point out about something interesting about this particular yokai. Did you know, for the normal yokai they have in this series, like, with this one, there's not many left. You're like, really? We're only 23 episodes in, we don't have many left? Yeah. Like, they have 1, 2, 3, about 4 more left to go. And that's sadly it. Yeah. Just 4 more episodes, which is interesting to say. It's like they kind of briefly abandoned the Monster of the Week stuff for a few episodes, and they bring it back for a couple episodes while mixing in some other stuff, and then not do much with it after all, which is kind of interesting. Oh, and here's something interesting though about this yokai. Yokai Yuki Anna, a ice theme yokai. Now you might be thinking, did this one have a counterpart in Kakarange like a lot of the other ones do? Oh heck yes. Same exact name. And this one, believe it or not, appeared in episode 48, in just one episode. Yeah. I find that to be interesting. Oh, here's a little fun fact about her counterpart in Power Rangers. Did you know that, and you might find this interesting about this character, did you know that she was the last monster in Super Ninja Steel that ever showed up in this series? And she was like a prisoner of sludge. You're like, what? Yeah. Her counterpart is Snow Fright. Yeah. Which is interesting. It's the final appearance of Ninja Steel show. So, this is kind of interesting. A character who pops up episode 23 of this show, which is the last of the normal yokai they have for a while. And in Ninja Steel, and she was just a prisoner that they had, and they just gave him to the warrior. Doan took it over, and they have her basically just do snow stuff, and that was it. Yeah, and when she's defeated in this episode, the madam is like, the Japanese yokai are useless. Summon the Western yokai! And they come via an airplane. Yep, and then we kind of start off a very brief story arc. This episode served as a prologue. The ending of this is actually the 4th time this has happened, where we tease something at the end of an episode that's going to play out over the course of the next few episodes. And then we debut 3 yokai. Yokai that are based upon monsters from the American Universe movies. Frankenstein's monster, Count Dracula, and the Wolfman. Known in here as Yokai Franken, Yokai Wolfman, and Yokai Dracula. Well, basically Western yokai mostly. And the Western yokai Wolfman actually appeared in Cecilia back in episode 17. This is and he appeared briefly in the episode 23. And he does appear in 24, where his whole thing is basically coming the full moon. So after you see him this episode, you don't see him again to the end of this brief arc. Well, kind of anyways, because they do have an episode off to throw in one normal yokai for one episode, and then they bring him back here for this, because mostly put, it's basically a returning monster here per se. Yes, so Frank in episode 24 is like, hey, let's basically go out shopping, see the sights, and the subplot is basically, well, where Tajamaji, Taka and Fuka's father, where basically he goes back shopping like, oh, we have a father with his 2 kids, and at first they say, oh, let's go to the Ninja Museum, which of course, according to Nagi, that'll be something Taka and Kiji be interested in. No one else. So, an amusement park. So basically it's Fuka and Katsumi entertain, well, actually, it's Katsumi and Tamaji entertaining Fuka. Meanwhile, the Frankie stop everything, creating fear, and then, of course, battling the monsters, and of course, they have freezing, and eventually the one monster is destroyed. Actually, it's a bone monster one to have. And then Frankie's stoplight is destroyed, which is an interesting gimmick. By the way, not the first Frankenstein-themed monster that they've had in Sentai. I mean, the earliest one I could think of that is Frankenstein-based, well, you see, he had a counterpart over in Zoo Ranger, Dor Frankie. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like, yeah, this is the first time they actually based a monster off of something from Zoo Ranger. And yes, he did appear in Ninja Steel as Deceptron in the episode Moment of Truth, which was the second episode of the Super Ninja Steel series, second season of Ninja Steel. And he appeared for one episode. He wasn't teased the end of an episode, he didn't come back. He's only here for one episode, and it's the archive material, and that's it for him. He is officially destroyed in this episode, but it was quite interesting. And then basically the episode ends basically with okay, this one's like, okay, well, let's do something else. And then Dracula basically teases his involvement for the next episode, which is interesting. But great 2 episodes. Really enjoy them. And next up, when I get a chance to watch, it will be Rise Your Hero. But next, I gotta watch K-pop. Yes, because my niece won't watch it, so I'm gonna watch it. Okay, next video. Bye.